Reacher's first 2 seasons were already pretty awesome, but Season 3 totally blew me away. A few scenes really stood out and took things to another level. Based on Lee Child's Persuader, this season wrapped up with a bang, literally, and might just be the best one yet. The undercover storyline kept things intense, the side characters and villains were on point, and the show stayed true to the original book without messing too much with the plot. Fans and critics loved it, and honestly, it's easy to see why. The final showdown at Beck's mansion was epic and gave everyone the ending they deserved. Season 4 is on the way, but before we move on, let's break down the top 10 most badass Reacher moments. Let's start off with a quick look at the alley fight scene from Season 1, Episode 6. Reacher's quick trip to New York City wasn't exactly the relaxing getaway he was hoping for. Instead of unwinding, he's there to meet with Joe's contact, Professor Kate Castillo. Reacher suspects she knows something about Kleiner's shady operations, and it turns out that Margrave's biggest donor is using the town's discreet location to smuggle counterfeit money into Venezuela. After some tension at the police station, Reacher notices he's being followed. Rather than waiting around, he leads his pursuer into an alley. Unfortunately for the assassin, Reacher's not the one who's going down. Even though the killer's armed with a knife and manages to get a hit on Reacher, he doesn't stand a chance. Reacher quickly drags him into a stairwell, wraps his tie around the guy's neck, and uses his own weight to strangle him into submission, finishing the fight in a matter of seconds. Pretty brutal, right? Now moving on to number 9, the Neagley office fight scene in Season 3, Episode 6. This one's all about Frances Neagley, who proves that she can hold her own just as well as Reacher, but with more finesse. When Xavier Quinn's assassins come after her at her office in Chicago, they're hoping for a stealthy approach in the middle of the night. But Neagley's got her own tricks up her sleeve. Instead of charging in blindly like Reacher would, she uses her surroundings to her advantage. Moving through the office like a shadow, she cleverly distracts her enemies and keeps them guessing. Even though she's eventually spotted, Neagley's quick reflexes and sharp instincts allow her to avoid a bullet just in time. Her calm, collected approach stands in contrast to the typical brute force we see in the show. Let's talk about number 8, the Hitman house fight scene from Season 1, Episode 7. Reacher has a hunch that Officer Baker is involved in a bigger scheme, so he lures him into a trap. Reacher's plan is to make Baker believe he's looking for evidence in Paul Hubbell's house. Little does Baker know, Reacher is about to make things a whole lot more interesting. Once the hitmen arrive at Hubbell's house, Reacher's ready for them, dressed in camouflage and aiming for a stealthy takedown. He takes out the driver during a thunderstorm and quietly picks off the rest one by one, showing his trademark skill with silent kills. But when one hitman smacks Reacher with a crowbar and sends him flying into a swimming pool, things get a lot more intense. Even though Reacher's taken a beating, he's tough as nails and refuses to go down easily. Next up at number 7 is the factory fight scene from Season 1, Episode 8. In the explosive season finale, things get heated when Detective Finley throws his cigarette onto the oil-spilled floor of KJ Kleiner's factory. Flames spread quickly and chaos erupts. The team, including Reacher, Neagley, and Hubbell, are working together to rescue their targets while fighting off resistance. It's pretty satisfying to see the usually reserved Finley throw down in a big way, ditching his suit and picking up an Uzi. What's even crazier is when he uses a factory machine to smash a guy to death without batting an eye. The big showdown between Reacher and KJ is a bit rushed, but watching the team handle their business with such skill makes up for it. Moving on to number 6, we've got the biker gang fight scene from Season 2, Episode 4. After a successful mission, Reacher and the crew are just looking to relax at Master Stakes, but things take a turn when a biker gang surrounds them in the parking lot. Even though they're outnumbered and don't have weapons, the team handles themselves like pros. Reacher takes on the bikers with his trademark leg-snapping stomps, while David O'Connell uses his knife with pinpoint accuracy. Carla Dixon proves that even a good pair of shoes can be a weapon, using her heel to fight back. Neagley, despite being in a dress she hates, shows her skills as well. The gang's no match for the Special Ops crew, even though they're working with the disadvantage of being unarmed. At number 5, we've got the helicopter hijack fight scene from Season 2, Episode 8. This scene is an absolute thrill, as Reacher has to channel his inner action hero. His former Special Ops teammates, Dixon and O'Donnell, are being airlifted toward what looks like certain death, so Reacher grabs onto the helicopter's landing gear and climbs inside. He's got to juggle fighting off Shane Langston and his henchmen while making sure his friends don't get tossed out. The tension reaches a peak when Dixon is nearly about to fall from the open door. Luckily, Reacher grabs her just in time, and with some quick thinking and incredible strength, they're both able to survive. It's a high-altitude fight where timing is everything, and Reacher's multitasking skills are put to the ultimate test. Let's move on to number 4 with the house fight scene from Season 2, Episode 3. After Reacher tracks down Trevor Seropian's ID and personal info, the team heads to his house to search for clues. But they know better than to walk in blind. Once Trevor's dead, Langston's men are on high alert, and Reacher sets off a bomb to flush them out. Some of the henchmen stumble out of the house in flames, but not all of them are so easily scared off. The house turns into a deadly game of cat and mouse, with Reacher and the team picking off the remaining threats one by one. There's a particularly intense moment when one of the henchmen fakes his death and nearly strangles Dixon, but O'Donnell comes through with a clean shot just in time. Now, on to number 3, the forest fight scene from Season 3, Episode 7. After barely escaping from Zachary Beck's compound, Reacher makes a run for the woods while a bunch of armed henchmen chase him down on ATVs. Bullets fly in every direction, but then the scene takes a turn when Reacher uses stealth to his advantage. Camouflaged in mud, Reacher becomes nearly invisible, making quick work of the henchman with a few precise kills. He snaps a guy's neck, drives a knife into another's throat, and finishes it off by strangling someone with a rope tied to an ATV. It's a reminder that stealth can be just as deadly as brute force, especially when Reacher's in the zone. At number 2, we have the prison bathroom fight scene from Season 1, Episode 1. This scene is iconic because it's where Reacher's skills are first fully showcased. Cornered in a slippery prison bathroom by Kleiner's henchmen, Reacher's outnumbered and has no help from Hubble. But he holds his ground, using every dirty move in the book, slamming guys into sinks, gouging eyes, and headbutting his way through the fight. It's the perfect introduction to his character, proving that he's not someone you want to mess with. Finally, coming to number 1, we've got the Reacher vs. Paulie fight scene from Season 3, Episode 8. This fight is a brutal one. Paulie and Reacher have been butting heads all season, but the finale takes it to another level. With Paulie being twice Reacher's size, getting into a fist fight seems like a suicide mission. Yet they both push each other to their absolute limits. The fight lasts 15 to 20 minutes, and Reacher comes close to death multiple times, but he keeps getting back up. Even though some may find the drawn-out brawl a bit excessive, the extended runtime feels earned. Watching Reacher fight through exhaustion and eventually come out victorious is incredibly satisfying.